Guys, hello to everyone. Today, we have an overview of the MTX laser levels. Let's look at the configuration, how they are in general, what they are and how they work. A complete set. Let's start with mount CRX 30R and mount 30R. 30R 30R, right. So, everything is identical in terms of configuration. The laser level itself, 3 batteries, a power supply from the mains, glasses. Since the beam is red, the glasses are also red, so that it can be seen better. That's it. I'll show you the difference now. Powered by 3 batteries. Oops. The difference between Sire and Searle is as follows. Here we have 2 laser heads, 2 projections. Turn it on. Now the pendulum is blocked. Unblocking. It immediately turns on. If it goes beyond the balancing of the pendulum, there is a signal. The signal can be turned off, but the indicator will flash. So, they put a bubble level on the floor from above, in order to level it. It was clear in which direction. That's it. At the base, there is a special scale in order to measure, for example, a degree, as well as a line. And a tripod mount on the bottom. And the fundamental difference between them is that all 2 projections, and all rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. So we have 4 planes, and crosshairs on the ceiling.
Итак, у нас есть 4 плоскости. У нас есть 4 плоскости и перекрестие на потолке.
Yeah. Everything is fine to work on the floor. The main one. Horizontal. Here we have 4 meters at close range. He'll calm down now. At close range, almost 3 meters is definitely there. That's it, take it further. Come on. Yeah. So, it turns out that we have more laser projections. And so everything is the same. Micro-tuning, everything is exactly right. And pay attention, both 1 and the second level have points. A dot is a very important thing. When there is very bright lighting around, the dot helps us to work in such a situation. In such conditions, for example, on the street. So, leveled, we can use it on the street. It's very sunny now. Very, I would even say. Here the projection is hardly visible, although it is also slightly visible. With glasses, we'll see now. You can see better with glasses, but you can see the point perfectly with the naked eye. You can see it perfectly. There are about 15 meters and a point here. Well, it doesn't smudge, it's enough. This point is enough to set well anything on the level. It is perfectly visible, the sun is scorching. It's great, yes, it's clear that there is a mode of operation with a receiver, but please, without a receiver. The dot is generally a straight cannon. Then we take off the red glasses, because we have MTX CRL 30G and CRX 30G ahead of us. Well, there will also be one feature in terms of configuration. So, in the X version, we have exactly the same thing, 2 projections, but. The set includes green glasses, also an adapter, a cord and 3 batteries. So, now we will immediately turn on so. In. The green projection, of course, looks very cool. This is just more modern, right? Immediately something like that. Right away, right. The 21st century is like this, the 24th year, the 25th even. Look,
Смотрите, здесь
here
же
we can
сразу можно
immediately
посмотреть,
see how the mode
как
turns on.
получается режим.
You can remove the brightness.
Яркость убрать.
Look,
Смотрите,
when
когда
we
мы убираем
remove the
яркость,
brightness, the beam
ширина
width
выключателя
becomes a
больше
little
становится.
thinner. Then the
Далее
mode of
режим
operation
Double
with the
Screen.
receiver. The next
Следующее
thing is to go to
выход
full
на полную
brightness.
яркость.
The crosshair here it is
Здесь
visible.
видно,
There
там
is
две
also a
строчки.
dot. The
Серая
C30G
LTG
is
идет
already
абсолютно
coming
яркая.
from the battery. With a lithium-ion battery,
Литий-ионный.
there is
Здесь же
already a
блок
charging
питания
power
зарядный.
supply here.
Также может
It can
работать от
also
питания,
work firm power,
очки,
glasses,
шнурок.
and well, a shoelace. So, turn it on.
Включаем.
And here, in the same way, we have a crosshair.
Перекрестие.
We can turn
Можем,
it off,
кстати,
by the
выключать.
way. We can
Но можно
turn
вообще всё
everything off
выключить.
altogether if necessary.
Сверху
Touch
сенсорные
buttons on
кнопки.
top. The vertical
Вертикаль
included
включили
one,
одну,
the vertical the
вертикаль вторую.
second.
Получается,
It turns out that the
раз
vertical
вертикаль
has turned
включилась.
on once. Yes,
Да,
you can
можно
just work
работать
with a
просто с
cross to
крестом
save battery.
для экономии заряда.
Then we
Далее
turn on one
включаем
side
вертикаль
vertical and two more at
направо.
once.
И сразу две еще.
What is it
Для чего это
for?
надо?
So
Для
that we
того,
have a
чтобы
crosshair
было
on the
две
ceiling from above.
перекрестия на потолке.
And we cut to
Подрубаем
more.
еще две.
We've already
Периметр мы
seen the
уже видели.
perimeter.
Мы можем здесь
We can
показать
show
на
it here,
потолке.
here on the ceiling in a circle. We also see the whole projection perfectly. And I
И
suggest not to
предлагаю
go
не
to the
идти в
white
белую
room,
комнату, а пойти
but to
сразу
go
на
straight
улицу.
to the street. If we
Если
put
на
it
пол
on
вот
the
так
floor
поставить
like this to
края,
the edge, here it is, the
проекция
projection
работает. Но
works.
тут
But how does it
работает
work
таким
here?
образом.
In order
Чтобы
for the
проекция
projection
была
to
на
be on
полу,
the floor,
нужно
it
наоборот
is
не дальше
necessary,
ставить
on the
руль, а
contrary, not to put the
на
level
сам пол.
further,
И
but
обратите
on the floor
внимание,
itself.
еще
And note that there is
есть
still a
точка
plumb
отвеса
point in the left version.
в L-версии.
Green.
Зелёный.
Plumb
Точка
point,
отвеса,
crosshair
точка
point.
перекрестия,
That
то есть мы
is,
можем
we
переносить
can transfer on
на
the
полу,
floor,
например,
for
произвести
example,
замеры и на
make
потолок
measurements
перенести.
and transfer to the ceiling. Here,
Здесь
the
история
plus-minus
быстренько
story
ставить
is
L-версию.
also aligned, turned on,
Так.
so. That's it, turned on to the maximum.
Все, включили на максимум.
The green
Зелёный
ray
луч
can be seen
днём
better
видно
during the
лучше.
day. We look.
Смотрим.
The human eye
Человеческий глаз
perceives the point
отлично
perfectly.
воспринимает точку.
By the way,
Точку
it looks thinner.
выглядит.
The line is also better visible through the glasses. The green dot is perfectly visible, the red one is much better. Well, at least according to my feelings. I see
Я
it
её
both
вижу
near
как
and
вблизи,
from afar,
так и
where I set the
издалека,
level.
там, где я выставляю уровень.
Because it was
Так
difficult
красную
for
мне
me to
поймать
catch the
было
red one,
сложно.
and the green
А
one had no
зелёную
problems at
вообще
all.
без
You can
проблем.
even beat off
Можно
fences.
даже забор
In theory,
отбивать.
it turns out,
По идее,
but there are
получается,
15 or
ну, здесь
20 meters
15,
here,
20 метров
20 in
есть,
one,
20
20
в
in
одну,
another.
20 в другую. Без
Without a
приёмника
receiver, it's
очень
very sunny.
солнечно.
In places,
Местами,
of
конечно,
course,
облачно,
it's
но
cloudy,
в основном
but mostly the sun.
видно всё
You can
супер.
see everything superbly. If these levels are suitable for the street, and in large rooms, and in an apartment, we can say they are universal everywhere. But they are quite large, and at a price tag a little more expensive than the next one. The next level is exactly of this type, of this form factor. Everyone should have in an apartment, in a house, anywhere. Because it's a Canon. Paste wallpaper, hang a shelf, a curtain, anything. Of course, you can also measure something with bubbles somewhere, but this thing will always help out. So, we are looking at the X-Cube green now.
XQB green.
Then there is the 10QB green
XQB
and
green.
another laser level
И ещё
XQB
один
red,
лазерный
but
уровень
complete with a tripod.
XQB red, но в комплектации с штативом.
You can
Также
also read
подробно
more about the
комплектацию
complete
можно
sets
посмотреть
by
по
following the
ссылке в
links in the
описании.
description under the
Подробнее.
video. Immediately, we get the fattest package, so to speak.
Жирную комплектацию, так сказать.
It is presented with us now.
Сейчас.
Despite the
Несмотря на
fact
то,
that this
что
laser level is
лазерный
supplied
уровень
with a
поставляется в
tripod,
комплекте с
a
штативом,
tripod can
также
also be
штатив
purchased
можно
separately
приобретать отдельно
and
и
attached to
прикрепляется
other
к другим
tripods
штативам.
and
И
laser levels that
лазерный
are
уровень, который
supplied without
поставляется без
tripods.
штативов,
There is a place for mounting.
место для крепления есть.
So, well, we will also return to this cube a little later. Now we'll unpack everything at once. So, according to the configuration, here we have a laser level, 3 batteries, and a tripod.
И штатив.
That's it. Some kind of compact thing. Op, op, op. Everything.
Все.
Straight into battle.
В бой.
So, let's figure out how they differ.
Отличаются.
These two,
Вот эти два.
are they the same or what? We have two identical cubes here now. I also told them so much about them that QBX green and repeated the same model twice. In fact, there are green rays. It happens with a red ray. In the same way, separately without everything. So, well, exactly the same. Let's remove it for now. Let's take the red version. That's it, that's it, that's it. On the one hand, the battery is very good. We have charged it and do not spend money on batteries. And you can also work from the network. This is also a plus, because the battery may run out and you are connected to the network and can continue to work further. On the other hand, batteries are more convenient in a small way. We took a couple of sets of batteries with us, if we are going somewhere for departure, for some measurements or something else. And we have run out, we always have a set of batteries with us. This is a big plus, as with lanterns. Many people know camping lanterns. Discharged, there is nowhere to charge, and they take it with them on batteries, because they can be quickly replaced. Of the controls, only the button to turn on and unlock the pendulum. Now they are blocked. Click and that's it, the pendulum is unlocked. That's it. Minimalistic design. So let's put it like this, and put it right like this on the level. 1 and 2. But there we have, by the way, we have a green backlight. Green backlight. Oh, green. Of course, we have a red backlight. Now let's turn it off. The beam is, of course, a little dimmer, and there is no dot. It won't work on the street anymore. There is no receiver, there is no point. Therefore, these are apartment options, but they help out in many, many situations. By the way, green is very bright. It's just a cannon. It may even be clearly visible on the street in cloudy weather. In a darkened room, the distance works just fine in general. Look, the green beam is super visible. Red. Red is simpler. Well, that's the difference between a red and a green ray. It's worth overpaying, but if you don't want to, then the red one in the apartment will help out perfectly. The tripod is small. And remember, yes, we have it in our configuration with a red level. Well, well. And here's Salvatore. Up. So there is. Well, even though it's small, but I advise you to buy a tripod for home. Why? Now I'll show you just here with an example. When you have a small tripod, you can put it on a table like this, somewhere, and already trim it, and already set it exactly how much you need. Without a tripod, you will have to put something somewhere. Well, also in principle, I have already done this more than once. So, we see what we are getting. The ceiling is quite straight good. Almost. Almost. Well, not 180 of course, well, a decent projection. Look how far away it is. That's it, there are 4 rooms by 4, somewhere 2.5 by 3 from a close distance. Let's put it closer. For example, let's set up a cabinet of some kind. Great. Wallpaper glue vertical. In general, it's wonderful. So they exposed everything. And the first joint of the wallpaper just smeared the wall like that, you put it, poke 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 on it. You don't even need to outline anything. I say this from experience. That's it. Beauty. The green version, however, can also be used for the street as an alternative to the bubble level. For example, when we put it so close, it's literally a meter away, in a shaded space like this, it's perfectly visible. We have the same meter of the strip, the vertical is also there. So also for some tasks on the street, but in the sun, right in the bright, well, it's also visible. Weaker of course, but still visible. But it's close, you can't see it from afar. So, we draw conclusions. That's such a small one. It should be along with a screwdriver, with an earpiece 125th with a screwdriver. In short, this is already a standard set. Any apartment, any home set of any professional. There should always be such a thing in the kit. It's compact, it doesn't take up much space, but even we can with a pocket. So op. There's op. That's it, he doesn't get in the way. That's it, I'll leave it there. The versions that we have are bigger, but they also give us a brighter projection.
проекцию ярче.
We can work
Мы можем
already in
работать
bright
уже
rooms,
в
even though
ярких
the sun will be
помещениях,
scorching.
хоть солнце
It's okay.
будет палить,
On the
ничего
street, the
страшного.
point also
На
helps
улице
out,
также
so these
тоже
are more
не
versatile
включает,
things,
поэтому это
but of
более
course they are
универсальная
bigger.
вещь, но уже
And a little more
помельче
expensive at the
и
price
поставим
tag.
чуть подороже.
Everyone, guys,
Всё,
the
ребята,
choice is
выбор
yours.
за вами.
Link
Ссылка
in
в
the
описании.
description.
До скорых встреч.
See you soon.
Пока-пока.
Bye bye.